Well, this is a response video to The Amazing Atheist. Wasn't going to bother with this one, but timing just seemed right. I happen to be at 150 subscribers, and this is going to be my 150th video. And so it just seemed a nice little milestone. It's kind of depressing to... I know I've been keeping the subscribers, was always staying 4 or 5 ahead of the number of videos, and so, you know, you feel like you're making progress, and so now it just seems like I'm heading the wrong direction, and you know, maybe that's a sign of my future, but well, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, so the subject is sort of tolerance, and it just got me thinking about a previous video I made. I think "Blind Leading the Blind" is in the title, about how we become conscious of our own preferences in how we allocate our respect and concern for people, and that those preferences are just prejudices. And you know, and it just, well, anyway, I mean, some of the statements you made, I mean, the idea that you don't go looking for trouble when, you know, you went after these Darwinist people. You decided that you know, they were in your face when they weren't, just by their mere existence. And now you know, say you somehow learn to appreciate a few of them as individuals. And that's charming, but you treated those people like crap. You know, and you did advocate originally that people harass them for their beliefs. That's simple. So, you know, I just, you know, I don't like you getting away with that, because you're not, you know, this person who doesn't go out and, you know, kick some dogs to see what happens. But anyway, then the whole idea of your claim that there's no need for tolerance, that there's no need. To me, tolerance just means disciplining your native prejudices. Tolerance is means appreciating that, you know, look, you want to, let's let's call a spade. Let's get right into it. A lot of people have prejudice against blacks for one reason, because statistically they can say that, well, you know, most blacks are this and most blacks are that, and you know, they won't blame that on a culture that they've been subjugated to, but they'll just use it as an excuse. I mean, Hitler used it as an excuse against these gypsy Jews, you know, that you know, became a blight to their society. You know, he didn't know any of them as individuals, couldn't give a shit. He obviously used them when they had some you know, use to him, you know, but if they didn't have a use to him, then they were not even human anymore. And that's what intolerance does. Intolerance gives people an excuse to classify people in with these broad brushes and these unfair brushes, and so that we don't bother to appreciate that they're human beings and that they have some minimum entitlement to respect. And so you've demonstrated, in my opinion, a lack of that respect when you made the determination that some people have free speech rights and other people shouldn't, or at least they should at least be made to pay for their free speech. And that's bullshit. But we all have these prejudices. I mean, and then to bring up the family thing, yeah, you know, we all have to accept people in our lives who are Christian. You know, I mean, that's just some of the baggage of being an atheist in a Christian world. And so yeah, we all make we all tolerate the existence of that abhorrent philosophy in the people around us, and we will appreciate them for the parts of that person that we need or like or are dependent on or have some, personal connection to. But let's not turn it into something it's not. Let's not say that you know you appreciate their intelligence or some other nonsense, because obviously you're not appreciating their intelligence. You might love them, and just admit that your love is prejudiced, that your love is a subjective, conditioned feeling, and it doesn't have anything. Our parents don't earn our love, for Christ's sakes. We don't put them out there in the real world and say, well, what do I think of that person objectively? Can't do it. Can't be done. We're always going to love our family in a very bigoted way, in a very unfair. They have an unfair advantage, and that's just a fact of life. And so it's a fact, and you incorporate into your understanding, and that's what becomes tolerance. That's what becomes your ability to see past the veneer, the superficial, and that's, to me, is a responsibility of a intelligent and logical person, is to be able to step by that. But don't say that that's, well, whatever. I mean, there's no point going into it. But it's just this, this whole idea that you will presume, that it's okay to classify some people, but that if you know them, you won't classify them anymore. That really shouldn't be the standard, because you can know and you can find something good in everyone. It really, you can. If you go looking for it, you'll find it. Obviously, you can't say as an absolute. I'm sure there are some people on earth who just don't have a single redeeming quality. But most people do. And most people are, underneath it all, just vulnerable animals. I mean, we are all in this together. And so I just think that has to be part of the context, and that is part of tolerance. You try not to treat people unevenly, and that's got to be the goal. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with applying the word tolerance in attempting to achieve a more logical and disciplined and fair interaction with the world. And it really isn't a bad word, tolerance. It really isn't, because what you're really doing is dealing with your own built-in unfairness. And so, anyway, we'll keep it short, and that's all I wanted to say, I guess. It wasn't a very good video, in my opinion. Didn't say anything.